Would you stay in an off-grid tiny home that charges almost $1,400 for only 3 nights? Well, this listing is doing exactly that. They are 40 minutes away from the Grand Canyon, right in the middle of nowhere. And guess what? The people are booking it. So, the real question here is, what can we learn from this listing, especially if you are planning on hosting your own? Okay, so I just want to make it very clear that I have no connection to this listing. I just randomly selected it. And this video is meant to recognize the great things that they are doing at the same time that we recognize the things that might not be great. And we're not trying to throw shade at the host. We really know that they are doing the best that they can and that some problems are just really out of their control. They have to do with their homes or they have to do with the location, etc., etc. But this is all educational for you to learn on what kind of houses, what kind of location to choose, at the same time that for me as a builder, I want to know what people are saying so we don't make those mistakes in our houses, and at the same time what people want from their houses so we can include that. So this is just educational all around for you and for me. So let's dive into this listing right now. First of all, let's recognize these pictures. I think they did an amazing job with the pictures. Like you can see the sky is so beautiful at the same time that the house is very beautiful. It's not boring. You can already imagine yourself being there with friends or with your significant other. So let's dive in a little bit. You can tell the house is very small, of course. It's a tiny home. I really like these windows and the skylight in the main bedroom. I really think that that is very attractive for someone that want to stay in a place that, like, basically their attractive is stargazing. So that's great. The kitchen, I mean, I feel like it could probably need like a microwave or just a little bit more space. But do they have a sink? I don't see it. Oh, yeah, I see the sink now. So yeah. So this is basically the house. The bathroom pictures, they are not so great, but let me tell you something. Taking pictures of the bathroom in a tiny home is incredibly difficult because it's so small, the space. So I cannot even blame it for that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I can see they have a compost toilet. So that probably is a deal breaker for many. Compost toilets are not just as easy to have. I really think that if you absolutely have to have them, they are great. But if you can just have a regular toilet, I think it's much better. For different reasons, you have to kind of educate your guest as to how to use the compost toilet. It's not as simple as just going to the restroom, just like you will go with a normal toilet. And also, if the host is not like very attentive to the whole management of the compost toilet, it's very probable that it's going to bring some smell into the house. And, you know, as a guest, you probably won't like that. Okay, so now let's go to the important part and the thing that we are most curious about, which are the numbers. So let's dive in real fast. So let's try to check in on this house. Let's put ourselves 3 nights, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have 3 nights for $1,398, almost $1,400, as I told you. That's just for 3 nights. Just imagine if you rented the whole month. So anyway, let's go again and let's see how are they doing in April. Okay, so in April, today we are on April 11th. So they already have the renting for today, for tomorrow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 14 nights of April, just going forward, because I don't know if the days before the 11th they were rented, or it's because the days passed by already. So let's just account from today to the end of the month, which is 14 days. So that is $6,524 for the rest of the month, just coming in from this tiny home. That is so crazy, and that is amazing because it's so small, so you end up paying very little for cleaning, or maybe the host is making their own cleaning because it's such a small space. Who knows? But at the end of the day, if they make double than that in the month, you're talking about over $12,000 just for a tiny home. So that is pretty impressive, and I love it. Now, if you think about this house has already 101 reviews, and reviews are per stay, not per day. So this means that 101 persons already stay there as a minimum. It could be more if they stay 2, 3, 4 days. You don't know. So, but let's just say for number's sake that just 101 persons or stays happen in this house. We're talking about $47,000.66 if you want to be specific about that. So that is pretty impressive. That is pretty impressive. I really love this. I think this it's a game changer. Now this listing is 40 minutes. It's a 40 minutes drive to the Grand Canyon National Park. So basically what they're telling you is it's not right next to the Grand Canyon, and it's still, people are renting it. And like I say before, I think it's very bold of the host. They saw a need, and they know that people that normally go to the Grand Canyon, there are people that like to explore. So it's probably a good match that someone stays 40 minutes away from it. I love it. Let's see the description. Okay, so, it's 25 minutes from a national park. Is there electricity? Yes, they operate on solar power, so that's awesome. Okay, is there running water? Yes. Is there a bathroom? Yes. A regular flushing toilet. I think they probably changed the toilet because in the pictures they had a compost. So that's awesome. I feel like maybe they had some complaints about it. Is there heat? Yes. They have a furnace keeping you warm on chilly nights. However, it can get very cold in the winter, so please pack accordingly. Is there Wi-Fi? Yes. The roads are dirt roads, so you need kind of a truck or an SUV. That might be a little tough if you're trying to just, drive a car across country. But, like I tell you, there are people booking it. So there are people that don't care about that. They're just doing it. So I really like the host about how clear he was about the description of the house. You are off-grid. You are far away from a lot of things. So he's being as transparent as possible. I really, really like that. And if he has bad reviews based on this, it's because a lot of people don't precisely like to read the whole thing, and they think that maybe they are okay with the rough life, but maybe they are not. But I do like what the host is doing here. Okay, so we are gonna go now to the reviews because now we want to see it. We already saw the numbers. We already saw the job that the host is doing. Now let's see the reviews and also see the kind of job that the host is doing also for those reviews. So let's go down and check it out. So let's start with the beginning. This review 6 days ago. It's basically saying that they wanted a place close to the Grand Canyon. Okay, looks like a fun adventure. The host described the place perfectly. Like I said, they are recognizing he's a good host. It was freezing when we got there, but the cabin did eventually get very warm. The host responded quickly when I asked for extra blanket. So this is very important because I think that the host is doing a great job bringing extra blankets when people are cold, even though he told them to pack accordingly. But he's very nice because he obviously is trying to get his 5 stars review, and I really think he deserved them because he was very clear about that. But there are things that we need to pay attention to whenever, in your case, whenever you are buying a tiny home. You really need to know what is behind those walls, because if they have a problem of not insulation that is not proper for the climate that the house is going to be parked in, it's going to be a problem, and you're going to have to be dealing with guests asking for blankets or complaining or still giving you a bad review even though you told them beforehand about this. So keep in mind that, the insulation of the house, and also at the same time, the, mini split or any kind of heating system that the house might have, that is going to be proper for the size of the house. You need to be able to ask your builder for pictures of the construction of the house, because otherwise you will never know what is behind the walls, and you're going to have a lot of headaches based on that. Okay, so we continue with this. The hot shower was amazing. The place was dusty. Well, we're not going to go through that. It's obviously going to be dusty. It's in the middle of nowhere. There's dirt everywhere. Okay, beautiful place, Grand Canyon. This is a great spot. Okay, place wonderful, nice. A few things didn't match the description. Bring some candles if the weather is so bad so you can save energy for showers. Okay, this is a common problem with tiny homes that are on solar, that I feel like a lot of the times they don't plan really well their whole solar system, so it's not able to handle the whole energy consumption of the house. At the same time, that if they have a tankless water heater, it consumes so much energy that you basically have to choose what you can use. So this is also something that you need to research a lot before you choose a house. If you're going to place it off grid, if you wanted to have solar panels, you need to make sure that it's going to be able to handle the things that you are going to have connected to it. And maybe choose another kind of direction when it comes to the water heater. Maybe not do a tankless one, maybe do just a regular tank water heater, so you can save your energy for the other stuff that the house has going on. That is a very, very, very important thing to consider when you are going to be running on solar. Firewood, okay, cool spot. It was really cold though. The heater in the bedroom didn't work for us. It was so cold inside we could see our breath. Shower was either scalding or frozen. Honestly, it's one hell of an experience all in all. I will stay there again. Awesome, bye. So yes, so basically these are problems with the house that I don't see how the host right now can do much, except, you know, add more like heating system, add a more mini splits more everywhere, and change the water here. But these are all things that, you know, basically come with the house, and I really see how the host is just trying to do the best that they can with the situation. Okay, so basically this is it. This is it for this listing. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something about it. And if you have any questions about other things that you think that need to be paid attention to, please add them in the comments, or you know, ask any questions. I will be trying to answer them as fast as I can. Thank you.